Whoa, just made it. Oh, and a critical hit right off the bat and a fail too. That's what happens when I leave those buttons activated from the last time. I was just frantically texting the kids because I just realized my fridge is empty. I have no Dr. Pepper up here, so we're gonna have to. I called for help. Hopefully the kids will come through for me and bring me some Dr. Pepper, or I don't know how we're gonna be able to continue on. So. Anyways, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for being here. Worms number 1. Dressy Spider is Feast, which is almost first. Alkley, Tim. How's it going, everybody? Medic. Good to see you. Raspy's here. Fantastic. Tony Jackson. Ofer. James is here. How's it going? All right. Well, thanks for being here, everybody. And Blue Man Suit, who you'll be meeting in the flesh here shortly. So thanks for being here, everybody. So we got something kind of new and cool to do today. This is kind of exciting stuff. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. I know it's late. Sorry, we had a big party here today at the house and had a lot of company from out of town and stuff. So everybody's on the road now, heading home. So it's time to catch up, right? It's 2 a.m. Ofer. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Well, if you don't, if you don't stay up through the whole thing, I won't blame you. I won't blame you. Waving the Italian flag flicks my switch. What's going on with Italy? What did you guys win something? What did I miss? Anyway, so thanks to PCBWay as always. Thank you PCBWay for sponsoring the video. I know you're not going to see this until after the Chinese New Year is over, which won't be for a couple weeks, but appreciate your support. And the I don't think the coupon code is in the description this time. I forgot to put it in there. Sir Goodenough will probably get to it eventually. And then we've asked them if that coupon code is still good and if we're gonna need a new one, but they haven't responded because they're on vacation. Everybody's on vacation. Oh no, just saying hi flicks my switch. Just saying hi with the Italian flag. Nice, got it. Wilhelm from Czech. Greetings from Thailand. Holy cow, you're all over the place. All over the place. Joel is here. Paul's here. Fantastic. North Park Lights. Ooh, Kiwi Land. Awesome time. Oh, this is a good time for you, Kiwi Land. Nice. How's tomorrow? Is it a good day? I was like making those jokes with you guys from the other side of the world. All right. Anyways, so let's move right into kind of the first thing. And if you saw the video description, we have kind of a fun little announcement. Now, some of you may remember some months ago, probably sometime around October, maybe November, I put out a little poll asking for input on naming of a channel, of a YouTube channel that would do ridiculous things, a bunch of ridiculous things. I know you guys have heard me talk about my desire to do just some ridiculous projects and for fun and just make some things and see what kind of wild stuff we can do. So I have teamed up with a good friend of mine, John, who I've known forever and ever, and we have created. We ended up on Overdoers as the name that most people liked. Fixplode was also a very important word to us, or name that we liked. So it's going to be a combination of things. But anyways, here is the Overdoers channel. I want to give everybody the Overdoers channel. So I'm going to post that there. And I put a link. We posted a video. We've got one. And it's in the video description of this stream. You can watch it, in another window or something while we're doing this. And we love feedback. Hopefully it'll be fun and entertaining for you. You can kind of see what we did in this little beginning here. This is the shoe break innator. We're big fans of Doofenshmirtz. And so we're going to make a lot of innators. This one is about having your feet sore when you buy new shoes. And so coming up with a machine that's going to break in your shoes for you. So how stupid is that? And anyway, and I have John here with me. So I'm going to bring John out. Oh, your video's off, John.
Yeah, I'll turn that back on now.
Oh, okay. There he is. There's John. Everybody say hi, Blue Man Suit. That's Blue Man Suit.
Hey, guys.
John is a real engineer, unlike me. I'm a wannabe. So John is the one that typically over the years has told me, you can't do that. That's a bad idea. And he's been right. I as far as I can remember, every single time.
It's the challenge, you know. You want to make sure that you can enable yourself to do crazy things, but you also need to make sure that, you know, the science and everything backs it up, right?
Well, and that you end up keeping most of your fingers and stuff. So
yeah, exactly. That's the most important part.
So, John, just give a rundown maybe about the shoe break intonator and
Sure.
what we did and how it came to be.
So we were just hanging out one time, and a couple of our friends we were chit chatting, and one of them said, "You know, that sounds like that's a first world problem," and then he said, "We should solve those problems. You know, solve first world problems," and that just stuck in my head, right? And I love the idea of just solving ridiculous problems and making some fun videos out of it. So, and so I talked to Justin, and that was the end of it. We were gonna start this channel, and we landed on the name Overdoers with the aid of you guys, and we are going to solve ridiculous problems in a ridiculous manner, you know. And that's the goal. And we've got some really fun and crazy things planned out for the future. The next one we are going to be working on is called the Get Me That Thing-inator. And this solves something for Justin. And Justin, why don't you explain it?
So this came about when we were actually driving home. We had like a birthday party for me up at the Hobbit House. And John was there and a few other friends, and me and John and Zach were driving home together when we started talking about this. And we came up, because we had a couple hours, we came up with a fun list of all these things. And I had been, so the shoe break intonator, we were looking up first world problems or something like you said. And it was, you know, my feet hurt when I get new shoes. And so that was how we came up with the shoe break intonator. So we made this thing you'll see in the video, how you could put your shoes on it, run it on the treadmill, and it'll break in your shoes for you. It's so dumb, but so fun. And then a couple other things that we've thought of. And the next one we're doing, like you said, the Get Me That Thing-inator. So we were at the Hobbit House, and the kids were like on the couch, and there was trash, and the garbage can was like 5 feet away, and they couldn't get the trash into the garbage can. And I was like, this has got to be ridiculous. So what we're going to do, the plan for the Get Me That Thing-inator is basically like a claw machine that is the size of the room. And you have a remote control, and you drive the claw, and you reach down and you pick up the trash, and you drive it over to the trash can and drop it in. Or you drive over, grab the remote control or your soda that you left on the table next to the TV, and you bring it over to you. So we've started working on that, and that'll be the next one that we do. Trying to get out a video a month, and we'll try and throw out some shorts in between. And right?
Yeah.
You can, right? Alki, somebody can do something about that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
getting the video out a month is going to be a challenge, because these take a little bit of planning and everything to get it just right, and particularly to get it to work right. And so we're trying to get one out a month, but we have to learn, or I have to learn a whole bunch of more things in order to produce videos and stuff like that. So this next one, we've got a goal of getting it out in 2 months. So due to scheduling and stuff like that. So, but we plan on like ramping up the schedule faster and faster to get out to a month.
I try and manage expectations. So I don't want to give you too much of an expectation of what you'll see from us, but we're going to be working on these things, and we're going to get videos out about them as we do them. And they'll be along this theme of, boy, that was a silly thing to do. Boy, that was ridiculous, but a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah.
So what were some of the other things, John? Let's list off a few things that we did talk about. There was the remote findinator, right?
Yes.
Finding the remote. So I've got, actually, I started.
This is the one that actually started the whole thing.
This was it, right?
Yeah.
This was the first one on the list. And this came, again, at the Whobbit-House. This is where all the inspiration comes from, the Whobbit-House. But we were up there, and I couldn't find the remote control, but it was like on the couch with us, but it was really dark in the room. So I had this idea of a camera or something that would track something. So I've got this is the beginning of it. This is one of those, this is a tracker. This is a camera with some AI in there, and it'll track colored balls. So this plus like a laser sight on top, tuned in to find the remote control is the premise for the find, where's the remote in Ator. So hopefully we'll be able to make it find the remote with like a laser beam in the room. And then you can use the go find me that, or get me that thing in Ator to pick it up and bring it back to you, right?
Yeah.
Oh. And then what else? What were some other ones? I can't even think of them all right now.
This is one, obviously we take inspiration from day to day, right? Like there's so many different ridiculous problems that need to be solved. And right now I have a teenager, 16-year-old, well, almost 16-year-old, and she does not like mornings. And I don't blame her. She gets that from me. And I've been toying with the idea and trying to convince her that we need to build a get the teenage out of bed nator, and that would basically the one idea that I've been toying with a couple different ideas, right? One was like to mount a water bottle that would just spray her, just spray her constantly with water until she gets up, or even. This is the one I like the most because it is the most ridiculous. If you've seen Wallace and Gromit, they have, Wallace has that bed that lifts up, right? And then he slides down and gets ready, through the floor and gets ready through the day. But so basically making a bed that would just slowly lift until she couldn't sleep anymore because it would just drop her out of bed.
Did you see? You probably haven't seen the Colin Furze one. Have you seen the Colin Furze?
Oh, has he did made that?
But his ejected him out of bed, something like that. He did that one years ago. It's time for an update.
Okay.
I think here's another one too. Here's another thought about that. Some sort of a system with a really fast motor or a very elastic, something where it just yanks the blanket off. Like bang, like the blanket just whipping off the end of the bed.
Yeah.
Or a combination. We could shake the bed too. We could put some off center wheels on there and just spin some things that make the bed shake. Anyways, we made a list and it's going to be a lot of fun. Is there any way to make his video bigger? Oh, sure.
Oh, I don't know if you need me to make that big.
There you go. We're just doing this chat through Discord, so I can make him big. Well, as we go along, we have such a good community here. So, and I know you guys a lot of us are here because we like doing stuff. We're makers, we're doers. We like this kind of thing. So, when you guys, have ridiculous problems like this, let us know. We'll put it on the list, and, we'll come up with some ridiculous ways to make some fun things.
Yeah. We could even brainstorm a couple solutions to some of these problems and work on it as a group sort of thing.
Yeah. It'll be fun. Good times. Well, what else, John? Anything else for the moment?
I think those are the big ones that we have on the horizon. We've got lots. I mean, we have a whole spreadsheet full.
We made
of
a
ideas.
list. We made a long list.
But
for everybody that's gonna watch the video or has watched it or whatever, we're forgive some. We'll get better.
Yes,
we'll get better.
Yes, please.
This is not a fine-tuned machine. Yeah. This is not we don't have a team or anything. John did a fantastic job doing all the editing on that one. Even though I've done plenty of videos in my time, I didn't help him at all. No help.
Yeah, the video editing and mostly the audio. The audio kind of sucked because the microphones that we had just weren't working, or they weren't placed correctly, or they just it wasn't good audio. So I apologize for the poor audio, but we just we made it work.
Yeah,
but
the first few minutes are perfect. The first few minutes are really fun, and there's several moments throughout that even me, even knowing what happened, I was laughing when I was watching it. So it was fun.
Yeah,
we did a good job.
Yeah.
So, and look, somebody wants a tour of your lab, John. So you'll have to arrange.
Oh, I can do it real quick. I mean,
do a quick run around there.
All right, let's do. I'll just move the camera a little bit. Yep. All right. So over here. So this is my lamp that I have, and this is a Cricut lamp.
Oh, that is actually a good lamp.
And I work at Cricut. That's my day job. And I build and design these cutting machines for Cricut.
You guys don't know what Cricut is? They do vinyl cutting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you'll see they use XY gantry systems, much like a 3D printer, and then they put a blade right here. They put a blade in it, and it cuts vinyl and whatnot out of them.
I've never seen that tiny one.
This is their the Cricut Joy, and it's
compact.
Yeah, it's really small. It's really good hobby size, but it's like I prefer the larger one just because it's a little bit more capable and a better overall machine in my opinion. So oh, nice, Raspy.
And DrZzs is offering his services. He makes, when you see my dancing squirrels, that's
DrZzs. Okay, so DrZzs
totally will hit you up. DrZzs.
Yeah, we do. I do need some help because I want to have in these videos a section where we do, like, we explain how the video is going to work and how the science will work on those videos, like where, but I've been trying to learn how to do that. So like, and I want to do it kind of in the Mythbusters fashion where it's, drawing on a blueprint sort of thing, something like that. Nice.
And then you got, what else you got back there? I see something over there to the left.
I've got all this stuff. This is my trophy thing, mostly just Legos and some things from Disneyland. And then I've got a Elgu 3D printer. This is courtesy of Justin because my Ender 3 it was constantly crapping out on me now.
And then back there in the corner, you got one more pretty cool thing back there. Cutter.
I've got a laser cutter here, the X-Tool X1 laser cutter, and that's been fun. I've been making crazy laser cut projects, like camera's over here now, like this. That it's like a little cool book for D&D. You'd keep your dice in here as well as some notepads and stuff like that.
We are squirreled.
My friends and I, Justin is our DM as well. If you didn't know that, he's our DM for seriously, squirrel. Justin's our DM for stuff, and so I would like to make that for our group. I also like Nerf guns, stuff like that. It's a disaster in here. I need to get it organized.
Well, the other side looks more organized than that.
Yeah, the other side is more organized. I've got my shelves over here, and in these shelves I've got, this is my hardware tray.
Where I've got many. I mean, that's organized.
I got all the little 3D printed organizers.
Is that Gridfinity?
No, this is personally designed.
Oh.
And personally 3D printed.
Oh.
Like I just 3D printed these trays. They snap in here into a little grid system that I 3D printed. And you don't have to worry about them shaking or loosening or anything like that. Man. It just slaps in there.
Because that's what geniuses do.
So sweet.
What do you have
so
up there? You have
that's,
is that a gecko up there above the door?
oh yeah,
Like from
that's a little
Tangled?
metal, this little metal gecko.
Huh.
It's just a little piece of art that's my wife bought me a long time ago. Then I've got Starry Night with Yada over there,
Beautiful.
and yeah, I love all things Star Wars and all that stuff.
And making cool stuff. We've been dreaming about making cool stuff for a long time. We should revive some of our things like this Destinkinator. Remember that? We made years ago. We made a stuffed animal.
Yes.
That had a charcoal filter and a fan in it. Because
Mm-hmm.
when we had babies, so that tells you how long ago it was. Neither one of us had changed a diaper in a very long time. But when we were changing diapers, we created the Destinkinator. And it was a teddy bear that would suck, or was it an elephant? I think it was an elephant because it had a came out of its nose or something like that. And it sucked in the stinky fumes from the diaper change. So you set it next to the kid while you're changing the diaper, sucks in the stinky fumes and blows it out nice. So, and that's a pretty sweet fan you got up there too. That's like a propeller from an airplane.
It is. It's just a really cool fan. No, it's not the big ass fans group there. It's just a mock one, but because I love those. I love those in the Costco warehouse. Just those gigantic fans. But it's just a gigantic fan, and it's pretty awesome.
Sweet.
Any other questions? Wait, how? Oh,
yeah. Sir Goodenough's changing baby diapers for the grandkids.
Oh.
Neither one. So now we're in between. John and I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah.
Not quite. Maybe we'll perfect the Destinkinator by then. So.
Okay.
Well, John, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping on with us. Let's see. Yeah. It's the wrong side of midnight, and I've got to work in a few hours. Catch you tomorrow. See you, Tony. Thanks for stopping by.
See you guys.
So, yeah, we'll be doing stuff. Yeah. John will be coming on. They're asking now, John, do you Home Assistant?
So I do not. Justin has been trying to get me to do this for a long time. And I haven't done it. And the reason being is I have enough weird projects that I'm working on that I don't want to take into another weird project that I have to constantly fix.
Yeah.
So, and it's not, wait, no, come on, don't ban me.
You've been banned already. Oh, you're banned. Doesn't have LEDs on his house. Doesn't have a Home Assistant. I don't know. We'll find a reason to stay friends.
I actually do have in my office. I built in my office here some wires up there, so that I can mount all the stuff down below and have the LED strips around my office. That has been a goal of mine to put some in here, but I have not Home Assistanted.
Well, we'll get him started. We'll get him started, Raspy. You bet. We'll get him started. And part of the
yes, Home Assistant
grab that thinginator I'm gonna do with ESP Home.
Yeah,
just because that's an easy way for me to write sketches and all that stuff. So the Haas life is not for all, but it's so worth it.
Yes, so we are. Yeah, Justin is going to be taking on the Get Me Thinginator. He's going to be doing all the controls, the portion of that video, and I will be doing the physical build of that. And so, yeah, he's going to do the Home Assistant side of it.
Oh, I just got the boot from chat, so maybe I got banned from chat somehow. We'll see if it fires back up, but it wants me to log in. Okay. Well, thanks, John. We'll let you get back to things, and we're going to get on to doing some LED stuff, LED/Home Assistant stuff. You remember when you came over? Did you remember me? Did I show you this little thing? This little light switch with this touch screen on it?
I can't see. Oh yeah. Did
I show you that when you came over that day? Oh, I gave you that big one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so along those lines, what I'm going to do today is set up a interface on one of those to control the wLEDs, which is the light controllers that most of us are using. So when you have your fancy LEDs finally, when you do finally join the cool kids club and you get some fancy LEDs, you can use one of these things to control it.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay. Talk to you later, John. Thanks, man.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye. All right. And again, for anybody that was asking, somebody asked the Overdoers. I wonder how many subscribers we're up to now. Probably not a ton, but at least a little. All right. I am trying to log back into chat here. 35. There you go. Thanks, guys. Do you ever have one of these verify things that...
Holy cow. That just doubled our subscribers. Thanks, guys. You guys are the best.
What is happening? Invalid error. Oh, my gosh. Okay. We're going to do this differently. I gotta get to chat because I can't see what anybody's saying. Okay, there we go. Grab this. I was using the Restream chat app and it just booted me. And then it wants my password and I don't know what it is. I made one guess and it was wrong. And rather than fumble around trying to find the right password, I'm just going to move on here. All right. Okay, guys. So let's do some things. So we've been working on, and I've been talking about these. Whoa. Oh, it's up there now. Oh, gosh. I forgot I moved that since the last time, I guess. But we're going to talk about the Lanbon L8 again. That's this guy. This is the Lanbon L8. And when we last saw this little guy, we flashed it and we set it up so that it had these little buttons. That camera looks horrid. Horrible. What kind of show are we running here? Let's fix it. All right. Well, what the other thing we can do is we can put it on over here, which is probably going to be the better way to go about it anyways. How's that? And then we're going to have to adjust a little bit based on the contrast there. Okay. So what we're going to do, so I've been talking with the Lanbon folks and trying to get some of these already flashed with like the open hasp. So I don't know for sure how that's going to go down. I don't know if they're going to totally go for that. But we're going to try at least to get some of these pre-flashed. At the very least, I'll probably get a bunch of them in bulk and have them on the website. So we have some things to sell while we're in between LED seasons. Let's see, white balance there. Let's turn that off and go down that way. I'd love for it to just kind of sit. Maybe I'll have to set it on something. Ooh, that's good. Oh yeah, that works. That's not so bad. Okay, great. And then we'll make it smaller so that we can see it while we do the coding stuff up over here. That is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Running on catch-up speed with no Dr. Pepper. At least you have new animations. Keep you going. That's right, I do. Did I download that? I don't think I did. Let me see if I can. I didn't put that in my stream yet, Creative. But let me show everybody. We'll take a minute here. We'll squirrel. For a second. Creative made me another squirrel animation here. I'll just play this version. Let's do this. So I'm going to get this. I'll get this into the stream. There it is. This one right here. So that'll be a fun one. We'll add to the side of the stream. And thanks to Creative. And I think that's what Creative. That's kind of your That's kind of your business, right? Or your gig that you do. So if you guys need stuff, last call for Crazy Town. This is Crazy Town. All right. So support Creative if you need those kinds of animations and stuff done. He does a good job. He's done stuff for me. He's done like these things. Oh, where did it go? Did I put it on here? Of course I did. Did I not? Seriously? Oh, we'll do it over here because I think it's over here. Wait. He did this also. This one. There it is. And that's Sir Goodenough. If you don't recognize him, that's our own Sir Goodenough there. And I got another one for him too. We'll do in a bit. So, okay. But back to this. So, probably everybody that's tuned in right now has already somewhat familiar with OpenHasp. And to not go through a big introduction of what it is or how we got to where we are, basically it's a touch screen control panel that you can customize that can work very well with Home Assistant. So what we did last time was we flashed this device, which is made by a company called Lanbon, and it is a smart switch that has relays already in it. And now the auto resolution got messed up again, or the whatever you call it. Can't see it again. So what I want to do, try to stream you on the new Google 10. Oh, Google Show 10. Ooh. Can OpenHasp run on a 3.5 screen? Yes, it can, Flicks My Switch. And that's so one of the advantages to OpenHasp over what I had been using, which I still love, which was the HASP, which was HA SwitchPlate, which became HASP1, HASP1. But this works with different screens. It's not just with it's not with the Nexteon screens. It's with a lot of other brands of screens, but it's all different sizes. And that's kind of what we're going to look at today, is because I've made this already on a screen, but that screen's a little different size. So I've made a wLED interface on a different screen, but because it's a different size, it's a different resolution and stuff, I need to change it. I need it to be, I'm going to get the focus here. I need it to be a bit different. So we're going to go through the process that you have to go through when you want to adjust it to a different screen. Okay. That's probably right. That's probably right. Okay, great. Hopefully that won't need adjusting again. All right. Can it be flashed with ESP Home? If you use OpenHasp, you don't need ESP Home. Can this device be flashed with ESP Home? I believe it can. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know ESP Home has been, there's a ESP Home sketch or whatever kind of pre-made at this point for the NS panels, the Signoff NS panels, which I would like to do as well. I don't know how much time we'll have today, but I have a Signoff NS panel over here that I would like to flash with ESP Home and start using with ESP Home. So I may do that today. If we don't get to it today, we might have to do it another day. But what I want to do is go through the process of changing or of adding a screen to this page. Oh, I know why. Because it woke up. When it's dim, then it looks that way. When it's too light, it doesn't. It looks the wrong way. All right. Well, once you load OpenHasp onto one of these devices, this device has an ESP32 inside. We flashed it during a stream a week or two ago. I don't remember what the IP address is on this one. I might have to unplug it and plug it back in to get the IP address because I don't remember what it is. OpenHasp, and then it will pop up with the IP address. Should. There it goes. Oh, shoot. Oh, I messed it up. Dang it. Connecting now. It's not. Now it's all messed up. The blueprint for the NS panel. Sweet. Yeah, I know that somebody was working on it, and that's what I want to use. We may come to the point where we have blueprints for this as well. 130. Okay, 130 is my IP address. Okay, so now I can go to this screen up here, and I can actually, from here, I can control the brightness. So if I go to this startup brightness, I can actually make this like less. And then restart it, and then it should be a little bit dimmer when it comes back up. It's a little bit better. That's one of the great parts about these is that they are, it's pretty easy to adjust the interface on them. That's kind of what I really like about them, is that it's pretty easy to adjust the interface. So a couple things we're going to do. The way that you adjust the interface on these is in this file editor, and especially in this pages JSON L file. So that's this guy here. All we have in here right now is one little bit of text up at the top that loads in this name where it just says Lanbon L8, which you probably can't really see down there, but that's what it says. Try and make it a little bit bigger. And then, let's see, we'll go this way a little, and then push that whole thing over there. There we go. And then we've got 3 buttons down here. So each of these lines here is a button. That text is way too small. We'll go that way, and then I think I can do this, and then I can reload the pages. Oh, actually, yeah, that'll work. Okay. Maybe that's a little bit easier to see. Hopefully you can see that. That's a small. Okay, there we go. Did I watch Shane Whately's video interviewing his wife on Home Assistant? Oh my gosh, no, I didn't. Is it bad? Was she? I wonder what my wife would think about Home Assistant now if we asked her. She has a different opinion of it now than she did before, because I think things have been more or less stable for a while now, where for the first very long time, it seemed like things were all kinds of wonky, and it was no bueno. Okay. Does it matter if you put the code in the single line versus multi-line? Yes, it does, MetaQ. And the way that this file works, basically well, I guess, no, I shouldn't say that. What I meant was each of these lines, like you can't put this on the same line as one of these. Each object that you want to show up on the screen has to be on its own line. So, but this is also basically one object or one line. So if it's easier for you to see it, which honestly I think it probably is in most cases, it's going to be easier for you to see it and to find the things you want to change if you put it in this kind of format. But a lot of the examples are in a single line. So you just cut and paste the single line, maybe adjust it a little bit. You can go back through here and hit enter a bunch of times, and after each comma you can hit enter and it'll go. And it will be easier to follow a MetaQ if you do it that way. So maybe we'll do it that way, at least for some parts of this, just to show you that, yeah, you can. So I don't want this thing to fall asleep. I'm going to go back here for a minute. I'm going to go back to the main menu for a minute, and I am going to do some configuring, display settings, and see. So short idle. I don't want this thing to go to sleep after a minute. I want it to go to sleep after like a long time, like 10 minutes. And I don't want it to shut off for longer than 10 minutes. So I don't know, whatever, 800. Okay. Something like that. All right. So restart it. Now it won't go to sleep. I'll be basically just leaving it on all the time. So that'll be fine. All right. I do have another one set up here, which is on a little bitty device. That's this little guy here. And the screens are probably pretty similar in size, but we're going to find out. So what I'm going to do is take the text from, not 150, 115. So this HASP demo, if I go to the file editor and I go to pages JSON L, this has a wLED, all the components for wLED built in. All right. Is there a way to comment with JSON? Yes, you can. In fact, anything that you don't put in squiggly brackets, it just considers a comment and it won't do anything with it. So you can put comments in between. Like here, we could just say wLED layout, and it won't do anything with that, and it shouldn't mess anything up. Let's save it and then clear the pages and then reload the pages. Oh, maybe. Oh, So do you have to do the comment thing? I guess maybe you have to do the comment thing. Maybe I told you wrong. Huh. There is a way to do comments. What? Is it quotes? Maybe it is. That's weird, but I'll see if that's it. Yeah. Sorry. It has to be in quotes like that. So put it in quotes, and then you can make comments. So this whole section here is wLED layout. So I'm going to just copy this. I'm actually just going to copy this whole thing. And then I'm going to go to my other device over here. And I'm going to go into the file editor. This is the Lanbon device. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to put it here, but I can't do page 1. What I'm going to do is make this thing, these other buttons. No, I'm going to make all this page 2. So I'm going to change all these to 2. Okay. I'm going to change all those to page 2. And there's one more thing that I want to put on here that isn't here yet. And it is in the examples. And that is, I want the little buttons along the bottom that you can navigate back and forth among pages. So to do that, we're going to find in, where is it? It's in the integrations and Home Assistant. And I think under example configurations. The temperature, nope. I want the buttons at the bottom. Maybe it's not under Home Assistant. Maybe it's someplace else. I thought it was here, but it must not be. It's those little buttons down there. That's what I want. No, must not be here. Let's see. It's probably just in examples under regular stuff. So configuration. No, maybe design. Pages. This is probably under pages. This explains it all to you, but I'm trying to find, oh man, where is the example of selecting pages? Let's just do this. Page select. Page navigation, that's what it is. That's what I want. This is what I want right here. Okay. Is there a way to edit the JSON in VS Code remotely? Good question, Arnold. In VS, if you don't store the JSON-L file on the device, then yes, you could. And you could do that and have it be like multiple devices. I think that would probably be the best use for that. You can have the JSON-L file saved like on your computer, on your desktop or something, and then just have each device referencing that JSON-L file on your computer. I think you do that. Let's go here. Don't remember. There's a place where you put that. I can't remember where it is. But there's a place where you tell it where to go find this JSON-L file. If you don't want to do it here. I don't remember where it is. So you'd have to kind of poke through here. But yeah, it is possible, but that would be the situation where you could do it. You have to save the JSON-L somewhere else, and then you just tell the device to go there to read it. So I think, this is probably going to be the more common thing, but that way you can do it. Can you push the file via MQTT? Ooh, Rambozo. I don't know if you can push the file, but you can push each of these lines through MQTT. So you can program what's on the device in the JSON-L file, or you can send a message to MQTT to the right topic, and it will basically create the object based on what you put in for MQTT for the message or the payload. And then the other thing you can do is you can do it through console. So if you have a serial console connected to the device, or if you have it connected over the network through like PuTTY, or you could use the installation page. I've done that. The installation page for OpenHasp, there's a console there, and you can put in commands, and you can create objects by putting in lines there. And in some of the examples, it tells you what you can put in into the command line or on the MQTT message to tell it what you want it to do, what you want it to show, or what you want to what you want it to do, like a command. All right. So yeah, those things are possible. Okay, let's go to this example. We want this page navigation thing. So I want this. So I'm going to just grab all this, and I'm going to go over to my not HASP demo, but this one. This is the one that is for the Lanbon. And I'm going to paste this up here. So this is page 0 ID1, page 0 ID2, and page 0 ID3. These are buttons. One of them is a previous, one is a back, and one is a next. I don't think I want this to be back. I'm probably going to have that be home. So I'm going to change that to home. And then we're going to look, we'll put it in this device and we'll see what the width and where it shows up. And then it's going to show icons. This text over here, I'm sure you can't see it very well, but we'll try and zoom in. This text here is an icon. So that will show an icon that's an arrow going this way or an arrow going that way or a house. And I don't remember what those are called or where you find those. You guys probably know, right? But we can find that, and then we can change the text color if we want. All right. And because it's on page 0, what that means, if you put something on page 0, then it will show up on every page. So at the bottom of every page on this device, we will have that those buttons. All right. So now I've put these buttons on and I've pasted in this wLED control section. Let's do this let's do like this. We're going to go here and we're going to say, we'll put in a quotes, and we're going to say this is the section which deals with the relays. So connected relay buttons. Okay, so if you had actual lights or something connected to this device through the relays that it has inside, and you wanted to turn them on and off with the buttons like that, that's how this is the section that deals with that. And then we'll make another section and we'll say this is the wLED control panel. All right, and then up here, this is the page navigation buttons. All right, and then this is just the host name, which is fine. I'll just leave that there for now. That's only going to show up on page 1. So it's actually part of this, but all right, so now I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to upload it. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong button, not upload. I need to, that's what happens when my window's too big. Okay, I need to clear the pages. So now everything's blank, and then I reload them. And now down at the bottom, I have those buttons, and I think they actually are the right size. This may be really short. We may be able to get to the NS panel if this is really short. Is it not possible to access and browse the files via FTP or something else? It may be, Arnold, but I don't know. It may be, but I don't know. All right, so now we've got these buttons down here at the bottom. Oh, those fit perfectly. Okay, great. Well, this may be the same size screen as the other one. Now when I hit that to go to the side, it takes me to my wLED page, which I know you can't see the colors and things very well, which is unfortunate. But if I change the angle on it, can you? Oh, yeah, if I turn it upside down, you can. No way that's going to stay. How silly is that? I mean, I can see the colors, it's just the camera doesn't pick them up. I guess the colors aren't going to matter. Trust me, it's colored. Okay, but what I can see when I look at this, I can see a few problems. Okay, here's a few of the problems that I see that we're going to need to modify. So down here at the bottom, the slider for speed and the random effect button are kind of cut off by those buttons at the bottom. So that's just going to mean I have to shift everything up a bit. But everything else looks pretty good. So I'm going to just shift a bunch of stuff up. There's a brightness slider here. So we can move the brightness slider. And then of course there's the color selector over here. And then you can do the intensity and the speed, and then random effect. And then if it had presets, or if we were connected to a device that has presets, we would see those on there. If you can't see them here, it's like if it's hard to see stuff here, another nice thing about this is you can go here and you can go to screenshot and it will show you what is on the screen. So you don't have to really look at my screen. You can see here and you can see the layout totally. And this layout is, as you can tell, imperfect in that it's cutting off the bottom. And you can go previous page, and now you can see those buttons. Next page, and that. So let's adjust this for the Lanbon. So we're going to move everything up a bit. Now, the nightlight, tell me, what do you guys use? What screens can be used? Oh my gosh. If you go to this, if you go to the OpenHasp page here, under devices, there's a whole list. There's a whole list. If we go, I thought it would give me, well, we'll start with one of these, but so some of these, I thought there was a place where it showed them all. So this is the Lanbon L8. That's what we're dealing with right now. That's this thing, which is about a $50 or $60 switch, depending on Amazon. And then you have to flash it. I think if you just go to getting started, maybe that's where there's a better list. Maybe get rid of the chat frame to make more room on screen, since we can all see on your devices. Oh, get rid of the chat on above me. Yeah, I guess you guys don't need to see the chat up there, do you? Is that what you're saying? I could do something like that. And then I'll move it over. You can even sort of see it just behind the text. Something like that. Does this have to run through Home Assistant? Good question. Not for local stuff. So for this one, since it's connected to some of those devices, like it's already connected to some internal relays, it doesn't need Home Assistant for those, does it? I don't think it does, but now I can't remember, to be honest. I don't think it does, but now I can't remember. For the wLED, yeah, it does. I don't think it can connect directly. Well, no, it can. It goes through MQTT. It goes through MQTT. So if you wanted to use it with MQTT and not with Home Assistant, you could do that. But I don't think it can directly connect to wLED or other things, but I'm not sure. I don't use Home Assistant with mine at all. It controls Home Assistant entities, but I use MQTT exclusively. There you go, Raspy. Did you successfully flash the dual populated display previously with the ESP and the 2U chip? I never did, Arnold. I could never do that. Oh, good. Tech Turtle's here. Thank goodness you're here, buddy. Thanks for being here. No, I was unsuccessful in flashing the one that had the 2U device connected to it. And actually, I think I was going to try and send it to somebody that might be able to play with it, that I would have more time and interest than me to do that. You guys want me to turn off the chat above my head? I totally could. I don't suppose everybody needs that. You can all, wherever you're watching, you can see the chat, right? Okay. I sure wish that I could get that to stay and show you. Oh, maybe if I change the angle of this. Nope. Nope. Can't see the colors no matter what I do. Oh, well. Okay, so let's start making some adjustments. All right, we need to basically move everything up some number of pixels. And if this whole thing is probably, what's the resolution of the Lanbon? It is 240 by 320. So it's 240 pixels this way. 320 pixels this way. So if that's maybe 100 and something, that's maybe 100 and something. I think we need to move it up by at least 10. So let's just go to the code and we'll move everything up by 10. We'll go to the Y of everything and we will decrease it by 10. And well, actually, we'll start with the nightlight and then we'll see what happens. What are we messing with? Turtle, this is the Lanbon L8. And it is the, we're running that open hasp. And I'm setting it up to have a wLED controller on it. And we're just making sure we got the formatting right. And then we put these buttons down at the bottom so you could switch back and forth to the thing that does the lights here. And actually, I'm also going to put a media player on there. Although sadly, my media player device, the one that I had a media player all set up on, went kaput. But that's okay. We can do it in a different way. Okay. Let's do this. So now we're going to go to the main menu. We're going to go to the file editor, pages JSON, and then we're going to start with the very first object, which is the switch and label that say nightlight. Right now, the Y is at 25 and 49. So let's move it up by 10. So we'll move it up to 15 and to 39. And this is just how you do this. You just change the kind of the X and the Y and maybe the width and the height and things. And then you just start it over and you just reload it and you see where it fell out. I think it needs to be higher. It's good. It's up there, but I think it needs to be higher. Let's put it up another 5. So let's take it up instead of 39. Let's take it. Well, let's see if another 10 is too many. I think another 10 might be too many, but maybe not. Okay, save that, clear it, and reload it. No, that's perfect. I think that's perfect. I think that's pretty good. We can go here real quick and we can look at the screenshots. You can see there. Now we're nice and tight up here towards the top. We got a little bit of a cushion, about the same amount of cushion that we have over there. So that looks right. And so now we can move everything else up. We move this up, and all those. We'll move them all up by 20. So back here, file editor, pages JSON, and we're going to go in here, and all of these Ys need to subtract 20 from all of these Ys. So that one's 57. That one's 82. This one becomes 10. This one becomes 20. You can see how you could get really screwed up in this. Oops, that one's almost changed the width. Speaking of screwing up. Okay, that one's there. This one's going to be 180. This one's going to be 260. This one's going to be 180 again. And this one will be 233, 205, 260, and 233. Okay. Here, clear pages, reload pages, and that looks pretty dang good. Let's go back here and just double check because we can really get a better look at it here. Perfect. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so that's this part. Now what we need to do, so you guys tell me, what do you want? Do you want to, that's great. That makes me happy. And I can go, oh, I think this home button. Which one was the home button? We got to go in and set the home button. We can, I want to put a media player on here, but I also want to do, so we could put the media player on here. We could associate this with a wLED controller. Like I could associate this with like the main controller on the house or something. Or we can do, what was the other thing I was gonna do? Oh, we could try and flash the Signoff NS panel with the ESP home sketch. That would take a little bit longer. That would be a little more involved. But you guys tell me, what do you think? What are you most interested in? In the meantime, I will start looking at the, media player one. One thing what I'm gonna suggest everyone do is download and save their pages.json every once in a while. So we're going to go desktop. We're going to go Flash Easy. And then I'm going to have a whole new folder here under Flash Easy. That's going to be my OpenHasp. And in OpenHasp, this one's going to be the Lanbon. Oops, new folder. This is going to be the Lanbon L8. And then in here, we're going to save this pages.json. And I'm saying that because I already don't start the NS panel. I think you're right, Sir Good Enough. I think Sir Good Enough knows me well enough. Can the media player control Plex? If you have a media, if any media player that you have in Home Assistant flicks my switch, any media player that you have in Home Assistant, this thing can control. That's how it works. So let's set up the media player, and then we'll try and connect both of them to the wLED, or sorry, to Home Assistant. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back here to the getting started, and we're actually going to go to, let's go up here and do media player. So sad that I lost, and I may be able to get it back, but basically I overloaded the memory of the device that I was building the media player on, and now it's just in a boot loop, so I can't even get in there to fix it. Kind of sad. There's probably a way. I was talking to the guys in the chat. There is, by the way, a specific chat for the NS panel guys where you can talk to Francis, who's been on the stream before and helped us out. And there's some other very knowledgeable folks in there, so you can get on there and check them out and text and talk to them. So this is the media player. So we're going to go with this media player. So fortunately, right here, and actually this is the same size device, 240 by 320. This is the same size device. I don't even have to change anything. So we're just going to grab all this. We're going to copy it. We may make some adjustments, but not too much. We're going to go to main menu and then file editor, pages.json, and then we're going to make a new, oops, that's the wrong one. This one. We're going to make a new section, and this is going to be media player. All right. And then we're going to paste that in. This says page 6. We're going to change that, make it bigger. We're going to change it to page 3 for this, right? Page 3. I guess in this case, I could search, this is the only page 6, but by the time I do that, I'll be done. Okay, that's it. That's it, page 3. All right, we can save that. Now that's actually, we can save it and then we can look at it and see if there's things we want to change. Okay, so save that. And then make it a little smaller again because I got to be able to clear it and reload it. Now we can click over to the media player, and there it is. Media player. Now, that actually looks pretty good. What I think when I look at this is I like the bottom. I like where all the buttons are. There's a couple things that, for me on this. One of them is there's a gap at the top of the page. And I'm not sure I like the gap at the top. I think I'd rather fill that space with something. So if we go screenshot, you can see it. See that gap up there at the top? If I could change something, that's one of the things I would change. I would change that gap up at the top. So I think I'd like to change that gap up at the top. The other thing is I don't think I'll use these sources. I mean, this gives you a list, source 1, source 2, source 3, but I think this was, and Jazz, this is if you have like an equalizer. And I think, let's look at the text on this from the examples here, but I believe that that's only for some of the devices. Some certain kinds of media players can use that and others don't. Is that gap at the top for a page title? Any options to disable page title? Good question. It could be a page title, but I would have, I'm trying to think of how I would, what I would put up there. Put the title of what's playing for the gap. Yeah. So the way it's got it set, you see these 2 dashes? It's got it set so that it will show the name of the song and the who sings it underneath that. I kind of would like that. I think scrolling along the top. I like having the album art, so I'm trying to like clear some space here for album art because I love to have the album art pop up. That works. I had it working. It's really cool. So I want a place for the album art to pop up. Or maybe I have the album art on a different page. No, that would be silly. Cover. That's cover. So media player. Custom component config. But that's good. We'll go through it. We'll go through a mess with that. But there was a place where it talked about these values. Maybe it's under objects. No, I don't think so. It's not going to be under objects. Maybe it's under Home Assistant. This is Home Assistant. This is example configurations. There's another place with media players here. Maybe that's where it talked about it. Because there was a place where it shows you how to do the, and that's another thing we should do is a thermostat button on here. Basically, we should just have all these examples in there. That's what we should probably do. Sometimes it's nice to have like a bigger display, bigger things on there instead of too many small buttons. Huh. Example automations. Oh, maybe this is where it is. Yeah, this is it. So what they've got here is this will make the album art pop up on top of the controls. And I don't want it to cover up the controls because I want to be able to like, so it comes up and you want to skip the song. I want to be able to skip the song. That's probably the only thing I care to do is to skip the song. So we may rearrange this a bit. Maybe, so this is already the volume. Oh, that's mute. Okay, so that's mute. I don't know what that is. That's to repeat or not repeat. And this is to turn the whole thing on and off. I'm going to use a Leica Media Player for this. See ya, Flicks my Switch, 2 a.m. I understand, man. Have a good night. I want to make some adjustments to this. I'm trying to think of what I don't need here. Do I need these buttons? I don't think I do. I think I need the forward, the back, the play, the pause. This is already the volume. I think that's it. I think if I take out, I could even take out all these buttons down here. Take out all these buttons. Take out these buttons. Move these buttons down. Maybe even make them a little bit smaller. Move the text that says what's playing up here to the top. And that leaves me a big square in the middle here where I can put the album art. How's that sound? I think that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Here we go. Let's start messing with it. All right. Which buttons are which? So here are 4 buttons. So these 3 buttons right here, I believe, are the play. The pause button is in the middle. And then you've got the back and the forward button. This is a slider for the volume along the side. We're going to leave that alone. And then these 4 buttons down here, we don't even need those. I'm just going to take those out. So those buttons are gone. Other things that are going to be gone, we don't need these 2 drop downs because those we're not going to use either. So now we've got a box here that just puts a shadow in the back, and it's kind of a big box. It's almost the whole screen, so that's good. They're both set to not be clickable. Here's another something box. So here's the labels. So we want to move those labels up to the top. So to move those labels up to the top, I want them combined. I I want maybe just the name of the song. Maybe we just do the name of the song and not the artist. The name of the song and not the artist. Well, let's move. Let's start with moving these other 3 buttons down. So we've got now these buttons that are these buttons here. Let's go bigger. These buttons here are the play, pause, rewind. Let's reset this for a second. We'll clear it. Clear pages. And then reload pages. Okay, so I took out a lot of that stuff. Okay, we'll go here so you can see. Took out a lot of that stuff. So now we're going to take these 3 buttons. We're going to move them down. We'll take that slider and move it down as well, because that's a progress slider, this little bit right here. We'll take that progress bar and move it down. We might move that progress bar all the way down to the bottom. Then we have the forward back, and then we'll move this up to the top. And I may just take the artist out and just put the song name in. What do you think? Can you scroll the title and artist across the top like your car radio does? That's what we're going for, Tony. Yeah, that's what we're going for. The album art probably has a touch to hide. Ooh, it might. I didn't know that, Steggy. That's a good idea. That's a good question. I'm not sure I tried that. I think I tried touching it and nothing happened. But maybe I didn't. You know, there's probably a way to touch the hide. You're probably right. All right. Well, we're going to go back in here to the file editor, and we're going to go back in here to pages, and we're going to take those 3 buttons. Yeah, see, okay, yeah. We're going to take these 3 buttons, and we're going to move them down. Okay, we're going to move the Y of these 3 buttons down to the bottom. Now, those buttons, let me look at this good. So we've got that rounded kind of circle there. We want them inside that rounded kind of circle. So this is where doing a little math comes in handy. So we're going to take those, we're going to take this square, which is, it's 35 down from the top, and then it's 255 tall. So that means the bottom of it is at 285. So let's start by putting this progress bar all the way down at like, not 285, but like 282 or something. Okay. So that should move the progress bar down to the bottom. We'll look at that in a minute. We'll do several changes and then we'll look at it. And then let's take these buttons. And the buttons, we're not going to make them 70 tall anymore. We're going to make them 50 tall. We still may go shorter than that. 50 tall. And if we're going to go 50 tall, and if we decided that is that right? Oh, 280, yeah, that's probably right. So if 282 is the top of this, that's 5 tall. Then we want the buttons to be, the top of the buttons to be 282 minus 50. So 232, let's just try 230. So we're going to change the Y on these to 230. I don't know if this is fun for anybody else, but this is fun for me. I enjoy this kind of stuff. I feel like I'm, oops, Control Z I just did. 230. I feel like I'm back on my Commodore 64 and on the living room in front of the TV. Putting in some pretty basic code kind of things, lines of stuff, using simple like 1-line stuff to change visuals. Okay, we're very close, but I don't quite like how that looks. Let's go here to the file edit or to the screenshot and I'll show you. So I think I need it up a little bit more. So I think I'm going to take, I like how much space is in between there, but it looks like the scroll bar is a little too low still. So I want to move the scroll bar up by 2 pixels. So I'm going to move everything, move all those things that we just were playing with, move them all up by 2 pixels. So let's move them all up by 2 pixels. It gets addicting to see what you can create. Get rid of the 2 dot box. Oh yeah, that's true. Good point. Get rid of that box too. All right. We're going to go with the Y's again on the bar, the progress bar right here. We're going to move it up by 2. So instead of 282, it's just going to be 280. And then each of these is going to go up by 2. So these are now 28 instead of 230, 228. Okay, and then you're right. We don't need that other box, which I believe is this box. We're going to take that box out. All right, let's check this one out. Save, clear, and reload. Dang, it's still too low. I think I needed up 2 more pixels. You guys don't have to look at it again. I'll just trust me. I want it up 2 more pixels. All right, so the bar now instead of 280 is actually going to be 278. And these are going to be 226. Thank you to whoever was just subscribing or something. Let's do something fun, like unicorns. First stream in the last 3 months. Well, thanks for being here, Dale. Woo! It's okay. We like that you were screaming at us. You're so happy to see us that you were capsing everything. All right. Now we're going to clear the pages again. And reload them again. Perfect. That I'm happy with. So let's look at it. Let's look at this again. Screenshot for everybody. Now I've got that bar just above the edge there. So that bar, that progress bar will keep things. That will be good. I'm going to go move this text up here now. And then we'll probably be good to then put the album art here in the middle. And we'll have all this open space for the album art. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. So the next thing, so we'll do this, make this last little adjustment, and then we'll get into Home Assistant and we will connect this to a media player and we will connect the wLED controller or connect this to a wLED controller. Okay, so here's our 2 labels. This is the text for those 2 objects. Now, the top one is the song, and I want that to be a lot closer to the top. So we're going to go down. Ooh, thing just like dimmed on me. Weird. Come on, you. There it goes. We're going to put it pretty close to the top, like 5 from the top is all. I don't know if that'll be good enough or not. We could do. I think we should also have it. I think we should have it scroll like totally off the page. So let's put it right over to the edge. Oh, here's what I was thinking though. What if we put, how dumb would it look, or would it look dumb if we take that top bar and we kind of invisibly separate it and we say like 2/3 of the top will display the song and the last third will display the band name. What do you think? Should we try that? Because I think it's either that or we just skip the band name completely. So we are 240 pixels across the top. So that would make this, well, actually we could do it. We could separate it up into 3/4. Let's try one. Oh no, we'll leave that. Well, wait, the X. Yeah, we want it to go over, we want it to start about 180. Let's start that one about 180. Okay. Updating all ESP home devices here, one at a time. Oh my gosh, good luck. Good luck, Creative. We will also put this at 5 from the top. The width, though, the width will be different. We're going to make this width 180. And we're going to make this width 60. And then we're going to leave them both set to scroll. I think that might work. We may need the height to be a little bit different. 56. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. Good luck. Good luck, Creative. Hey, we'll be here for you, buddy. If you crash and burn, we'll be here to commiserate with you. Because unfortunately, most of us have been there at one time or another. Okay. That is not too bad. I think we're going to give that a go. Okay, we're going to give that a go. We'll take one last look at it here. Look at the screenshot. There it is. So you see those 2 tiny dashes. So this is the center of what will be the scroll of the song title, the name of the title. Over on the right will be a scroll of the band name. Can you concentrate the title and band and scroll the whole thing? I don't know if what is that? Concatenate? Ooh, gosh, I don't know. Maybe. Probably somebody smarter than me could. Okay. That is our Lanbon. I am also, once again, because I've done some things now that I don't want to lose. So I am going to once again save the, I'm going to save this. Oh, you know what else I'm going to do? One more thing. We are going to go back here to pages and we're going to make this. We're going to add another object here. That's going to be, instead of the host name, it's going to be the IP address. And we'll just need it to be in a little bit different spot. So we don't want it on the side there. So we're going to have to go, we want it to go over like, not that far, maybe 80. Oops. So X, and then 80, and then comma. And that should give us the IP address there too. Let's try that. Oh, but it took away the label. Oh, because I left it as the same ID number. Can't do that. Oh, ID. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There we go. So now, now we've got the IP address. So that'll just make it easy for troubleshooting. You know, if I need to know what the IP address is of this device so I can get in here, it will display its own IP address. So if the router ever reboots, not that that would ever happen, but if the router ever reboots and resets my IP address, it will now be displayed on the screen so I can see it. Okay. Stick them together, concatenate. Band name should be on the album art anyway. Yeah, I agree, Shane. I agree. So we'll check it out. We'll see how it turns out. Okay. But now we're going to save this. We're going to go back here. We're going to go to file editor and we're going to go to pages and we're going to right click pages and we're going to download and we're going to put it in right here. Same place. We're just going to override the old one. Okay. But I guess you could save a bunch of them and then that way if you edit it and you don't like what you did, you can change it back. But anyways, we're going to leave it like this for now. It's better to make a dedicated page for info. Maybe. For now, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm just going to put it on this page, which is the page that controls the buttons for the device. Okay. All right. So next, we're going to go to these examples and we're going to work on the integrations part for Home Assistant and such. So thanks again, PCBWay, for sponsoring the video. Fantastic work. We're going to go to here. We're going to go into my VS Code server here. Ooh, could your designated album art area run a slideshow or play video? It could do a lot of things. I haven't played with, I haven't tried to get it to do a slideshow, but that would be really cool. It can, I mean, this thing is grabbing an image from Home Assistant. So I don't see why it wouldn't be able to grab something like your camera feed or a random image from the internet or something maybe. I haven't tried it. Are you including a button to let the smoke out? I got another one. Maybe we'll end up letting smoke out eventually. All right. So in this page, what we've got here, this is the openhasp.yaml file. So in here, I've already got a section for hasp demo, which is my one that has the wLED stuff in it. So this is all of the wLED stuff for that one. So I'm going to have to copy all of this onto my new one. And then this SC01 times 35, that's got all of the media player stuff for the other one. So I'm going to copy most of that out of that one once I get to the media player section, which is down here. And that's actually going to be the same media player. I'm not going to change the media player. And then down here, I've got the Lanbon 1, and it has nothing. All right, so let's start with the wLED. All right. So we're going to go through and look at all this. So this button, this is the toggle button for the night light. Okay. So I'm going to do these one at a time to start with. So all this information right here, we're going to do teaching time here for a second. Hopefully. Not that I usually have anything to teach you guys, but everything here from where that dash is, where it says object, properties, and event, all that is the little button at the top that is for the night light for the wLED. So you hit that button and that means it'll go off in an hour or whatever you've got it set to. So I need to just copy all this from where it says -obj. Copy that. Go down here. And you could probably have a different YAML file for each of these, but I'm not going to. Okay. Use Alexa. You can also get the lyrics displayed on the show. Wait, you can get the lyrics displayed on the Echo show, right? That's what you're saying, Stephen. This is grabbing information from Home Assistant. So you would have to have Alexa Media Player integration or whatever it is, the custom component for this to work. And then I don't think lyrics are a part of that, but I may be wrong. That'd be awesome. Let's hit the like for the doctor. Thank you very much, John. Let's play these dancing squirrels for John. Hey, Andy. Oh, hey, at least you're here, buddy. It's okay for late. It's a late night tonight. We're doing late stuff. I'm going to the dentist tomorrow morning. Pooped out my head. All right. So what page was the media player on? If the media player was still page 1, I don't think it is though. The media player is page 2. So you see that the button numbers are the same, but the page numbers are different. So I need to change this to be page 2. And I'm going to have to do that for all of them. But the rest of this is connected to the night light. Oh, this audio reactive, I'm going to have to change that. I don't want it to be the wLED audio reactive. I want it to be a different one. Well, we'll change that all at once. That's a good one to watch so that I can see it change. Do you trust your dentist with anesthesia? No. I like my dentist, but I mean, no, I don't. I know, but I'm in a unique position in that I know the line that we walk in anesthesia, right? I know how close to the abyss we are. So do I trust somebody? I don't trust anybody to do both. I don't trust anybody to do the sedation and the procedure. I don't care what the procedure is. I don't think you can do them both. I think you got to, the sedation part is so important and it can go so bad so fast that I think your sedation person needs to be dedicated to just sedation and not be trying to also do the procedure. So there's my 2 cents for what it's worth. It's probably worth less than that. All right. So we paste this in. We're lined up here. We're going to change this to be page 2. And this is the light brightness. Okay, so this is the brightness slider. And this does the turn on when you slide it up from off. So it does 2 things. It gives you, it grabs what the state of the brightness is and it sets it on the slider. And then it also says when you change it, it will change it to whatever value you set it to. And if it's off and you slide it up, it'll turn it on. What's 3? The wLED, yeah. I'm doing the wLED one. The media player is going to be 2. So we'll get 3. The media player will be 3. So we'll get there. I'm just doing these one at a time so we can keep a little bit of track of what we're doing. These next couple we'll probably do different. We'll do them at a different time. All right. So here we've got the audio reactive slider we just did. Okay. So here's a button, which is the estimated current. Oh, the estimated current will show up at the top of the page. I moved that off. I took that off. I moved everything up there. Well, you know what? We're not going to do the estimated current because I moved everything up. So we're going to skip estimated current. It's my device. I'll do what I want to.
Say what?
Okay. Well, we're going to skip estimated current. So we will go, the next thing we'll do is the slider for intensity. That's what this next section is. This is all slider for intensity. So it grabs the value, and then if you change it, it sends the new value back to Home Assistant. So we're going to take that guy. And we're going to go page 2. Okay, intensity, I think we got it all. Problem with I'm doing this and then I'm not going to check it until we're done. And so we might not know where the problem is. All right, so brightness, we're going to skip the estimated current. We grabbed intensity. We're going to grab speed next, the speed slider. Okay, copy that. Change that to page 2. Okay. Anyone got the Lanbon 2.5 display backlight to go off? I soldered the appropriate pin, but the backlight never goes off. Oh. I have not, Andy. I have not. I would love to be able to turn the backlight off. Which is the pin? I guess I haven't looked at that. I haven't looked at the process for doing that on that particular screen. That is the one that I have this wLED control on, though. All right, so that was the speed. The next one is, I think this is the color picker. Yep. I don't know what Tiscalias color, but basically this is the color picker. So we'll copy that guy. And we'll change that to 2. And we're going to change this to the color picker. Okay. Save that. Back up there again. I follow the OpenASP instructions in the center tab to the D1 as shown. Have you been in the OpenASP Discord, Andy? You probably have. Speed. All right, Raspy. What a guy. What a guy. Which one do you want? You want to do some airplane? All right, we're going to do, next is the drop down for the presets. And one thing I've noticed here, or one thing that this is set to do, is it doesn't show any preset until you select a preset. So you have to have some presets, first of all, and then you have to choose a preset on a different control mechanism. If you can't go to the preset here and pick a preset, it won't do it. It has to be on, you have to go to the website or go to the wLED controller page and do it, or do it in Home Assistant or some other way. It won't show your presets here unless you already have a preset selected, or until you have selected a preset, I guess I should say. And there may be a reason for that. I don't know if that was what somebody wanted to do, or if that's just a necessity when the person whose example I'm copying is brought that up. I don't know. All right, next color picker, next presets. Next, I think is, wait, what's that? That's wrong. What? Audio reactive, RGB color, presets. Oh, this is, oh, okay. This is cool. This one right now just shows, this is the effect. So, oh man, I should update this. We're going to change this. We're going to start with this. This is the button that does the changing of the effect. This is a random effect button. This was my own creation. But when I did it, I set it up so that there's a button here, and then there's an automation that changes what happens. And I think that's no bueno. So what we want to do instead is we're going to go here and we're going to say event. And then we're going to go changed. Oh, is that going to work? No, not changed. I think we want, I think that's going to be like touched or something or like that, or pressed. Down, up, release, long, hold, changed. When the value of the object is changed during the event. No, I don't want that. When the button goes from depressed to pressed, the moment of touch. When the button was released, so up, when the button is released after being pressed for over the threshold time. Ooh, there's a threshold time. Where do we set the threshold time? Thank you, Paul, for subscribing. Let's see what do we got left. We can still do this one. I wonder what the threshold time is. Hold. The hold event is repeated every 20 milliseconds while the descent. Let's set it on. Well, what we can do is we can see what it registers as. Let's do that. So here's a way to check. We'll go to MQTT. MQTT Explorer. Come on, MQTT Explorer. No, the kids haven't been up bringing me Dr. Pepper. She brought some up and put it in the fridge, but she didn't fill my cup. Man, I'm dying here. I received the Sunton 3.5 and 7 from AliExpress. Very nice. Working great. Awesome, Andy. Awesome. All right, so we're going to go in here to HASP. We're going to go to the Lanbon. And then when I press this button, there, it tells us what happened. So the event was up. So when I touched it, so then it's down. So I guess I should set it to up, because every time I press that, it goes to up. If I hold it, long, hold, release. So I think I just want a quick one. So every time it goes to, should we do it every time it goes to down then? Or every time it goes to up? Guess it doesn't matter too much, but we'll pick one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We'll set it to up. Down would work. You can also get the peak to display on the screen. Peak? Okay, so we'll set it for down, and then when down occurs, then we want a service to happen. And I don't remember what the service is that I need, so I'm going to go into my automations and see what it is. Because I don't remember what I set it to. Here, it's this one. wLED random effect. Here it is. It's going to be light turn on, and then it's going to grab something from the effects list. So actually, I should be able to do this. Should be able to copy that. Instead of doing it as an automation, I can do it right here in this YAML. It needs to be moved over a couple lines, or a couple. Is that, what is it? Control tab? No. Crap. Is it Shift tab? shoot. It's probably the other. What if it's the other shift tab? No. I only have one tab. Oh, that's unfortunate. What if it's just tab? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so I want that that service to line up with the other service, so it's way over here. Right there. Oh, one more even. Okay. So it should be just like this. Event, we're going to say down, and then we're going to say service, light turn on, and then the data is entity, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, so instead of target, it's just entity ID, which is already there. And bingo, that should do it. I hope. I hope. Done. Wow, that was fast. Okay. So that's the React. That's kind of a tricky button. Hopefully that'll work. We do need to change this to page 2. Almost missed that. And I think Shane caught it, didn't you, Shane? Thank you, sir. Thank you, Shane Beasley. Nice catch. We'll give you this for a nice catch. All right, is there anything else up here on the wLED thing? We'll probably, let's finish the wLED one and then we'll do the media player one. Yep, okay, that's it. So we got that button. And then the next thing is the artist stuff from the media player. So that's the next one is on the media player. Okay, great. Save that. We should be able to go then to here. I got a bunch of stuff. Unsupported. Oh no. We're going to go into the integrations. I think we may need to restart Home Assistant. I don't remember. We'll try and just reload the integration and see if that works. Lanbon. We'll just reload that. See if that works. So now, if I control this, it should control my lights over here. It did. Hot diggity. Hot diggity diggity dog. Oh, and look, it's already got the candle preset, and it's got the fireworks starburst, but it goes too long. I need to change that. Okay. So under random effect, we need to go back into here, and on the random effect button, let's turn it back off. Oh, well, let's try it. Let's go up here, turn it on, and then we'll change that. Oh, didn't change. Uh-oh. That's not changing. Or is it? Maybe it is. I can't tell. Doesn't look like it is. We can change this. No, that's not changing either. Oh, now it freaked out and turned off. Oh, now it changed to that rainbow frequency thing. And now it's got a different effect down here, but that's not changing. Well, what I don't like is that the text is way too long on that bottom one. So what I'm going to have to do is cut it off and have it go back and forth. And then what do you guys think about this? Let's look at this for a second so you guys can see what it shows me, because it kind of sucks. See this? Instead of like this @ exclamation point, something, something. Well, like, what do I do about that? Like, that's no good. And then this rainbow frequency thing. And see, even here where it says Valentine's Day, like that Valentine's Day and pound 39. I need to change that. You guys know what's up with that? Default color winkle? It should be, huh? So let's look at this for a second and see if I hit this button. Okay, so it is working. P2 button 110 event up. So when I go here, I go back into this. It may be the way that maybe I do need this target. Maybe I do need target instead of just entity ID. for this. So, because this is, oh, that's why. Because it's showing up as button 10. Oh boy, is there already a button 10? No. Do you see what happened though? Do you see what I'm saying? So here, it's saying page 2, button 110. When I press this button, it's button 110. And in my YAML over here, it was button 112. So that's why my random effect changer wasn't working. So that'll fix that. We'll let this stay down here and see if that's the case. Still see if that'll still work. Go back in here to the integrations again and reload this guy. This is really good stuff. I hope this is good for everybody else. Those odd characters in the names are HTML character code. So how do I not have that in there, Josh? Do I need to like load up a font or something? Do you know? Do I need to do something else with the font in here? Because that's a horrible thing. We don't want that thing. There we go. It went to waterfall and doesn't want to go to something else. Oh, there it goes. Oh, no, oh, no. Now it's going. Oh, boy. So it is doing stuff. It still says waterfall. Oh, I think it's because I see it's saying both. Okay, because here, let's go back in here. Nope, it's here. It's in here. It's displaying the very, very first one, the very first effect. It's showing this one right here. And that may be, so what we may be seeing is this, like I'm missing this other part. So properties, instead of just text and putting in the effect, it's not changing when the effect changes. And that's what this button is doing. This button, what it's doing here, so it's taking the first effect and it's leaving it there. And instead, so I guess that's one benefit to having it done through an automation like I did, is because when the automation changes the effect, this thing reruns that first part and it goes and finds the name of the effect and puts it up there. The way I did it with it just in here, it doesn't do that. It doesn't go back and get a new name for the effect. So it just keeps the first one in there. It does display the new one, but it keeps this old one in there. So I think we must need to do this part down here. We must need to put in this properties and then and options and is state, and boy, that's painful. Is there another example of that? It probably needs. I probably maybe if I just at least have the changed. But no, changed won't work until it actually changes. Properties. Oh, data option. Text. Huh, that's so weird. Code for apostrophe? Yeah, probably. How do I get it to fit? Hey, Father Time. The bug is doing great. She's holding down the garage. Keeping that garage from flying away on me. Okay. I need to fix that. I don't know how to fix that. I wonder if is state. I don't know how to change that. But it is showing the value. I wonder if I took this out. If I took that out, then it wouldn't show anything. So weird that it's, oh, you know what? I know why. Wait, scratch that whole thought. I am a total dope. Total dope. Don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. The problem is I didn't clear the page. That's the only problem. Reload the page and then hit the random effect. Give it a second. Come on, you dirty dog. Come on, you. What's up? Okay, turned it off. Turned it on. There it goes. Now it just says ripple. And then when I hit it, still just says rip. There it goes. Try fade. Okay, it's fixed now. I just didn't clear it first. I'm a dope. I'm a dope because I didn't clear the screen. That's all. That's the only reason it was still showing up there is because I didn't clear the screen. Okay, great. So that's working. Working. I can turn it off. I can turn it bright. I can turn on the night light and then it'll go off in a few whatevers. And if I go up here, you can see how it changes. This is the wLED interface for this, and you can see that the timer's on. So when I turn the night light off, the night light timer button goes off. Yay! And when I turn the whole thing off, the power button goes off. Yay! And then if I set a preset, then on my device over here, the presets should show up, but they didn't. Huh. But the random effects changed. I wonder why my preset didn't show up. Yeah, the preset, it's actually changing the effect, but it's not changing, it's not showing up in the preset button here. I wonder why. Okay. And then we still have all this crazy, like in this random effect, it's got like a whole bunch of stuff. I think I need to add for that random effect, I somehow need to get it to scroll. I need to get it to be to smaller and to scroll a bit. So if you look at it, we'll look at it together for a second, and then we'll probably get going here. What time did I start? You guys remember? Screenshot. See this? It just says, you know, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. Off, on. Lighthouse. It's kind of cool. Anyways. That's pretty good, but we need to fix a couple things. Like the presets are not showing up right now for some reason. And the random effects are doing pretty good. They don't work every time, but at least it gives you something when you put it in there. I wonder why it doesn't work every time. If I go to MQTT, I'm sure it's showing up as a button press. Yeah, button press is showing up, but the effect is not changing. I wonder why. Huh. It's not happy. Shoot. Well, phooey. Pretty close. Should we try and do the media player real quick? You might get two in a row. Oh boy, but I'm just getting like the same one. It's like not going to a new one at all. It's just staying on Lighthouse. It's syncing with my desk. That's weird. Like it's making my desk do different things. I didn't know that those lights were synced. Oh, now it changed that time. I clicked it that time and it changed. Go figure. But it hasn't seemed to have been very random. And it doesn't change very fast. Oh, there it goes. It's a rainbow and a glitter. So you must need to, I don't know why it sort of has some kind of a delay or a timeout and it doesn't update quickly. You can't just go scrolling through every effect, which is too bad. Because that's what everybody's going to want to do. They're going to want to hit that, and then they're going to want to watch it. And if it doesn't do exactly what they want right then they're going to want to change it, you know. But it's pretty good. It's pretty responsive. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Let's load up the media player stuff, shall we? Let's do the Home Assistant media player stuff, and then we'll call it good for the night. I have to mentally prepare myself for the dentist in the morning. All right. Can you have peak show up on the screen? Oh, good question. I don't think so, because I don't think there's anything in Home Assistant that grabs the peak. So no, I don't think so. We may have connection troubles. Oh yeah, must be. Must be. All right, well, let's do media player. It's media player time. Okay, we're going to go up here. We're going to find the media player guy, all the media player stuff, and we're going to grab it. All righty. Page 6. According to this, it's page 6. All right. Artist, media title. Those are those two buttons. So we're going to grab those two buttons. We're going to do two buttons at once this time. So this is the one that does the media player artist and the media player title. Okay. Copy those. Bring those all the way down here. And I just am listing objects under the same Lanbon switch. They're on different pages now. And so instead of being on page 6, though, this is on page 3. Okay. And then it's still going to go to that button. So it should still be at the top. Have you got a name for this LED page if you have more than one? Where would the name, if I have more than one on this device, then I would just name the page with like P1, P2, whatever. I could put a text at the top of it that says which controller it is. That probably makes sense, doesn't it? If you're going to have multiple controllers, you want one that's going to tell you which controller that is that you're looking at. We should probably do that. I'll have to do that too. Talking of wLED, check out what I did today. Ooh, sweet. What do you do today? This is a squirrel.
Huh?
Ooh. Nice. That's fun. Did you do that with wLED 3Ative? I know that now that wLED has got matrix stuff in the 14, I got to play with it. I haven't played with it yet. That's cool. Nice. Text and effect. Did you do that? Is it wLED that does that? Because that's amazing. Amazing. All right, let's go back here. We're here. All right. So that is those two objects. All right. Those two buttons, 12 and 13. All right. Now there's a bunch of buttons we deleted, right? So there's going to be some things we don't need. All right, let's find the next one. Media player source list. We don't need a source list because we took that one out. We don't need the modes list. There was only certain speakers that could use the modes list. I don't remember what they were, but mine didn't count. The progress bar. Okay, we do want this progress bar. That's great. We're going to take the progress bar. Copy. And that button number is what it references. So in this file, it doesn't matter like where you put it on the screen. This file doesn't care. This file is just going to go to page 3, button 14, and put this thing there. Tutorial coming soon. Nice. Yeah, all in wLED. Ooh, I can't wait, 3Ative. Can't wait. Can't wait. I need to know. You got to teach me, brother. Teach me. All right. What other buttons we got next? So that was the duration. Next button here is playing. Properties. We need our playing. Play, pause. Okay, so this is a good button. This was the play, pause button. Now, and it depends on what it's doing, what service it calls. Genius. Okay, so this is, if it's playing, then you get a certain symbol. If otherwise, you get a different symbol. If it's something else, and then if it's, you press down, you get the play, you do a long, you get the stop, something like that. Okay, great. Great. Save that. So the play pause button we're using, we're not going to change that. That was this one, right? Oh, that's the repeat button. We're not going to use that one. Okay, which one's this? Volume set. Okay, we're going to need that. Let's see. We need these two. So this is the previous track and the next track, these two buttons. So we are going to grab those two buttons. Grab those two, slap them in here, pull them together, put them on page 3. All right. So if it's playing and you press it, it goes to the next track, or the previous track on this one. This one goes to the next track. Okay, great. Now I think it was when we're going to hit some buttons that we don't use. Or maybe volume first and then some buttons we don't use. Okay, next track, and then here's volume level and volume set. Okay, great. Grab that. Copy that. Okay, page 3. Okay, so that'll do the volume slider. We're getting close to done. Is there a copyright strike button? There ought to be. This is my copyright strike button. Now we're not doing shuffle. We're not doing repeat. We're not doing on, off. We're not doing mute. Although mute might be a useful number, but you can just hit pause. And that's it. So the one other thing, the automation was the one that does it. So the one other thing we need is the automation button that sends the entity picture. So that's this. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave this, but we're going to change a few things. So we're going to leave this automation here. I'm just going to change. Now I'm in the automations.yaml. I'm just going to change this. So instead of being the OpenHasp one, it's going to be the Lanbon. I wonder if there's a way you could do this in the, instead of doing it as an automation, do it separately as an automation. If you could somehow do it in this OpenHasp file. Okay, Trigger Straight Dad's Office entity picture template. So this is just going to grab that thing. This is going to grab it. It's going to push the image, and then where's it going to push it? That's where we need to change it to the name of our device, which is Lanbon 1. And then we need to put it into the correct button. So here it's going to be P3, and this says P3B 26. What button is it? File editor, or which object is it? Object has to have a name. Media player. It's this big object. I think it's just 10. Shadow. I think it's just this. I think it's 310. Because that is the only just plain object. So I think it's 310. That's where we're going to want to put it. But we may get to make the thing a little bit bigger. We'll see. We'll put it there and then we'll see what happens. But it's 310. It's not 220. 626. It's P3B10. And then we need to change this again to Lanbon 1. And then this is the button again. So we're going to change this button number. Oh man, it keeps going. Lanbon 1. Oops. P3B10. Okay, that's it. Sheesh. Control save. And save here. What do you think the likelihood is that this is going to work? Are we taking bets? Oh, speaking of taking bets, the 49ers beat the Cowboys? I got to go watch that. All right. We're going to stop after this. Yeah, clear the screen this time for sure. Okay. I'm going to reload this. Go here. Clear pages. And reload pages. It actually already said the name at the top. Now, I think if I just hit this, it should start to play. No? Nothing? Okay, that's too bad. We'll try this. Play Hairbands Radio on Pandora. Oh, nothing's coming up. Okay, that part worked. I think some of my button numbers are messed up. The volume slider works. Okay, the volume slider works, but the other buttons aren't working. So there's probably a problem with which buttons are which, right? Hey, John, how are you been? Man, I haven't seen you in forever. All right, I'm going to go here. I bet it's just a matter of having the wrong stuff in here. All right, let's go down here and start checking all these buttons. Yeah, so P3B20 is the volume slider, but that one actually worked. So down here, P3B20 is the slider. Okay. So what's the other button? Next track. Why would that one not work? P3B19. P3B19. Not working. Huh. Maybe. Let's go to MQTT. And let's see what's showing up. If I hit this button, it says 19. If I hit this button, it says 18. That button, it says 17. Maybe I need to restart Home Assistant. Twitch is not chatting because Restream is down. Oh, is that what happened? Twitch is 0% chance it would work. Home Assistant Yellow should be here tomorrow. Sweet. Get back in the Home Assistant scene. Nice. Do I have to reload the automations in Home Assistant? Oh, probably. Let's just let's just restart the whole dang thing. Restart all of Home Assistant. We'll try it, and then we'll sign off. And then that must be why Restream... So Restream gave me the boot earlier. And that must be why. Bigger hammer. I'm surprised, though. I guess the Restream connection's down, maybe, huh? All right. Next weekend, fellas, I will be out of town on Sunday, but I think I can stream on Monday. Okay? You can't hear my music, can you? I'm not going to get a copyright strike for this. It's really low. Thanks, PCBWay. That's right. Thank you, PCBWay, for sponsoring the video while we restart Home Assistant. There we go. Here it comes. No music. Good. Okay. Nope. It hasn't restarted enough for that to work. Thank the stars. I knew what you meant. I know what you meant. We'll get this. We'll give this another try here once we finish. Oh, something happened. Look at all those. Oh, there it goes. Oh, we got him switched at the top. Oh, shoot. Check this out. We got the top ones switched. We should have had the name over here of the band, and then we want over here. We want the name of the song over here. But then but the progress bar is working, and obviously the play and pause button is working, so we can pause it. There it goes. It paused. Just takes a sec. Give it a sec. Nothing's instant, I guess. We're going to skip to the next. We'll play it again. We'll skip to the next song, and then we should get album art this time. Oh, no album art. That sucks. I'll have to work on that. Yeah, where's the artwork? I don't know. The artwork, you remember, because I switched it from being an automation in the other one to being in the original. Experience using Amazon air quality sensor. Ooh, I don't. Did I create a box? I thought I set it to a box that was already there, but maybe not. You still can't hear the music, right? If you can hear the music, let me know, because by the time you let me know, it'll probably be too late. File editor, pages. So I thought it was this box, but maybe I do need another box. Let's go back to this. No, that's not where it's at. It's not under media player. It's under I think it's under automations. It's under example automations. It's like the first one there. Maybe it has to be an automation. Maybe you can't do this. Oh no, that's right. I couldn't do this no way. Hey, Keaton, seriously considering getting some of those Lanbon L8 switches. Have a brilliant panels currently, and they're not very customizable. Yeah, man, you spent the money on the brilliant panels. I am talking with the guys, Keaton, about the Lanbon folks, or folks from Alibaba at least, about getting a bunch of these in and preloading them with a generic sketch for this. I think he tried to post on a background box. It might need its own. Yeah, probably true. Let's see what this says we have to do. Oh yeah, look, I don't even have this. This, I need this. Right? Yep, you're right. You're totally right. I need a box for it. I need a box. Thank you for subscribing. Let's see, what do we have left? We can play. We can play this one. Okay. Ended up being something included with the house we bought without much option, sadly. Okay. All right, let's take these, and we'll probably want to modify these a bit, but we're going to take those, and we're going to go to our, where did it go? It's right back here. We're going to go in here, down here to the media player, and we're going to paste those two lines in. Now this is going to be, we're going to zoom in. We're obviously going to be button or page 3, and then the buttons we're going to use, we'll make it 21 and 22. Now this has a weird thing. This parent ID is actually supposed to be to 21. That'll be that one. Y48, that's not going to be right. We're going to want, that'll put it in the wrong place, I'm sure. So if that was X5, the whole thing, we're probably going to want this to be like X like 7 or something. And then this, because this is parent ID of this one, it'll put it in the same place as this one. Y48. Let's see, what's the bottom of our, or the top of that one is 35. So let's make that 38. Right? Because that would mean the top of that is 35. We want a little bit lower than that. So we'll go there. We'll try that. We'll see. Okay, so that'll give us that box. Now we have a box where we want to put the image, and they want to put the image at 322. That's where we want to put the image. So now we got to go back here, back into here. I'm getting the hang of this, but I could see why people wouldn't want to do this, but I think this is fun. This is fun. Just tell yourself it's fun. Let's see. Do I need to put it in here? Volume slider. Maybe I don't need to put anything in here. I just need to put it in the automation. Instead of 310, it's going to be 322. I hope. Okay. I think that's it. The only place to change it. Okay. I think that's it. Okay, we'll save that. And then we just need to reload the automations. Just a way to reload all the automations here. Don't the automations, it was fun. That's right, it is fun. That's right. This is going to be dumb. How do I reload the automations in here? Does it reload all the automations when you change one? Because this is the one actually was changing right here. Oh, no, that's not it. This one. C, developer tools. Reload automations. Thank you, fellas. All right, we're going to give that one a try. Oh, shoot, we forgot to switch this. Well, actually, we can switch this while we're doing this. So we want to switch the labels. Probably just, we can switch these numbers. Make that one 13 and make that one 12. Clear page. Okay. Reload page. Okay. So let's try this now. Okay, volume's working. Play and pause is working. Skip to the next one is working. See if we get our, yep. Okay, so now we got Dr. Feelgood and Motley Crue. Still no stinking image. Dang. All right, well, I'm going to have to play around with that some more to get that working. I'm not sure what's the problem. Oh, did I not save the JSON? Huh. 21. Huh. Lanbon Jovi. Oh, no, that should be right. Maybe I did I not change it everywhere? Shoot. Oh, save the backup file. Yeah, let's do that. Pages. Download. Thank you for reminding me for that. Now I know what you meant. Okay. I know I said we're going to stop after this, but here I am. Dad's office. P3B22. Man, everything's working on here except I'll probably want to switch the make that a little bit more half than half. Because right now it's just cut off too much on this side. It seemed like a lot of the songs were longer names. This one's not very long, but dang that. I had that working at one point. Action. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's find out what this is. Could it be that the Lanbon 1? Entity picture, template, trigger from entity picture, attributes, entity picture. Choose conditions, template, value, state attribute, media, sequence, open has push image, Lanbon 1. That is the right name of the device. Lanbon 1. State. I don't know what these things, that looks a little different, doesn't it? Man, that all looks good. Huh. All right, well, not sure what we're going to do to fix that. I got it working before. It's not working this time, but we're not doing too bad. I mean, we got the wLED thing. That's working great. And then, we still have these relays. And then we've got the media player, which is working pretty well. We just need to get the album art on there the right way. So I'll do some tinkering with it, and maybe that's what we'll do next week, something like that.
It's time for sign off.
It's
time for sign off. It's time for sign off.
Hidden. And I think it's the same. I'll have to play with it and see. I'll have to play with it. Maybe I... Oh, wait. No? Because the stuff at the bottom... the bottommost stuff should be the topmost thing. So 22 should be on top of 21. I'm not sure. I'll have to mess with it. Anyways. Okay, guys. Woo! So close, right? We did pretty good. I'd say overall that was a pretty good night. What do you guys want to do for sign off? Sign off like everybody's been taking naps all day. Okay, ready? As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Everybody's taking naps all day except me. And you. Random Max. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, guys, thanks. Well, next week it'll be kind of Monday. Next Monday. All right. Adios. Have a good week. Bye.